What's up, metalheads? Me and my good friend Alicen here. We're going to react to the new Sebastian Bach video, Everybody Bleeds, right after this. Welcome to Eric's React and Review. Music, comic books, movie trailers, toys, and more. Please hit subscribe. Please hit subscribe. What's up, girl?
Hello.
Been up to? What you been up to since the last time we reacted to Sebastian Bach? He's back.
I don't know when that happened. I might have traveled a bit.
What do you got to lose? What do you got to lose? He's probably watching this like, yeah, that dude can't sing. Yeah, and so we reacted to that because you're a big Sebastian Bach fan, right? Growing up. What does Sebastian Bach mean to you? What would you do if he was right in front of you right now?
I'd probably blush and actually be very quiet.
Yeah.
You know, get very nervous. I'm sure that my face would feel like it was on fire.
Well, you dropped a new video. You didn't see the video yet, did you? It's called Everybody Bleeds.
I've not watched it yet. Not watched it yet.
Okay. Because he's got a new album.
It is out there.
Check it out. New album coming out May 10th.
I feel pretty excited about this just because he has a lot of momentum with this, you know, especially after his What Do You Got to Lose video. It's been, it seems to be like,
that thing is still going strong too, like as far as
fairly well.
And I like the idea that, I like the fact that it's getting radio play, like, you know, because it's been a long time since we heard about a rock band that comes out with new music and you don't really hear much about them getting radio play, like on just regular terrestrial radio. Like it's usually on Sirius XM or whatever, but Sebastian's actually been getting like on actual local rock stations, you know, like because they're with that song, and I think that's pretty cool.
Has he been doing radio circuits?
Oh no, yeah, I'm not sure. I know he's always posting like, yeah, we're #1 on this radio station. I'm so stoked.
I wonder, you know, because when they used to go on tour, they would do radios as promotion back in the day.
Yeah,
back
in the good old days. The payola, like you'd be walking in, hey, play my new song right now. Here's $50,000.
I did enjoy watching that video clip of him in downtown Julie Brown.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Sent to me.
Yeah,
and I watched the other one after too.
Yeah, it was cool. Did you see that the concert right where he played "What Do You Got to Lose" for the first time? I guess on that, and it was cool to see his son on drums. You know, ribbing him, doing the dad jokes on stage. That'd be cool to have your son like that doing that shit. Yeah, and so it's funny because I interviewed this band called Madam X. Goes way back. Do you remember Madam X from back in the day? You're high in high school, da-da-da.
Well, I learned about them later on.
These guys right
here. I was pretty impressed with their story all around.
Yeah, so I guess after Brett left, because I interviewed the singer last night, Brett Kaiser, and after he left the band, Sebastian Bach joined or whatever. And he told me a cool story. He said, like, I want to set the record straight. You know, me and Sebastian are really good friends. You know, there's no rival or nothing like that. And I didn't think there would be, because I'm thinking, like, it's not like they fired Brett and Sebastian took his place. I mean, Brett left. They had their issues why they left or whatever. And then they auditioned new singers, and Sebastian happened to be one of them. But what he said, which is pretty cool, he said while Sebastian or before Sebastian, I don't know if it was before or as Sebastian got into Adam X, Brett was living back in New York because he had a band in New York with his brother. And so he went back to New York to work on that. And when he was in New York, Skid Row had actually reached out to him to be a singer, to sing for Skid Row. And I go, yeah, imagine that if they would have turned the tables. Like you would have ended up Skid Row singer and then Sebastian stayed as Madam X singer. But then,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But that was pretty neat. So
I wonder how many people tried out for Skid Row over the years, including after Sebastian. You know what I mean?
Yeah, didn't they have like maybe 3 or 4 main like singers for a while there? Like I know because there was a big gap of probably Skid Row records. I think they only have maybe 1 or 2 Skid Row records after Sebastian left. Maybe
I know they came out with a recent one because I do follow the video.
Yeah, now the recent one is really good, and like they put out 2 years ago. It was called The Gang's All Here. And that's
was that 2 years ago already?
Yeah, I think so. It might have been. Yeah,
I think that was the one I'm talking about.
So Eric Gromwald, the singer from Sweden, and he got the gig because he was really good at singing Sebastian's stuff because he's singing on the Sweden's Got Talent. And I think they found their singer. I think this guy is the real deal.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that now they can move on and do that. Sebastian can move on because now that Sebastian's putting out his own music, which I would always say, like, man, Sebastian, I would hope you just focus on your new music. So, yeah, it's great that you did with Skid Row. It'd be cool if they reunite at some point. But his music is so good, his solo music, that to me personally, I think it sounds way better than that last Skid Row record. Just these 2 songs I've heard so far, you know.
Sometimes it's important to move on and be able to create new things, so that way
Yeah.
you don't have to hold on to that story. Even
Exactly.
though, like,
Mhm.
I love Skid
Yeah.
Row early days
Yeah, yeah,
for
me
sure.
too. You know, maybe at some point I'm sure they'd probably reunite. I think when Sebastian starts making all this noise with his new music, and then Skid Row maybe comes out with another
Mhm.
album, at some
They
point they
seem to
might say,
be
you know
doing
what, fuck
just
it, let's get
fine.
together for one show. You know.
Some people don't want to play arenas. They're okay with playing clubs.
Yeah, clubs and theater. I think Sebastian does more like bigger
Well, I
theaters,
think
but
that
yeah,
they tour pretty good, Skid Row. I don't
yeah,
know, like, just from the things that I see from Rachel
yeah,
Bowen's stuff,
yeah,
they
yeah.
don't seem to be hurting any.
Yeah, I think they do pretty well. They could, you know, they usually open up for like some of the bigger bands. I know they're doing with Scorpions.
Right?
Um, I don't know if they're able to play headlining gigs as far as like, you know, like the Moda Center or something like that. Probably not, but you know, like here in Portland. But same as Sebastian, when Sebastian comes, they play like the bigger theaters, like, you know, um, yeah,
Oh,
and festivals. Festivals is where
I
it's at.
see Sebastian. I think he's actually playing in Albany. Um,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
see if I
I
get
think so.
to see
Yeah,
him.
he just launched a new bunch of new tour dates. I'm hoping he comes back to Portland. I know he's got tour dates going up until about June, so I'm sure he's going to add more towards the end of the year. I
I
don't see
think
why.
it'll be in May that
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
probably
yeah,
close to Memorial Day that he's
yeah.
around here.
And it's all about the bookers, you know. Like I've found that out recently. Like, there was a while back. I was thinking, oh, I wonder if I bands skip certain towns because they maybe don't like to play it or something, or maybe because maybe they have something against the politics of the town or something like that. But no, it's all about the bookers, and if the bookers don't give them a good deal, they're not gonna book it, you know. So like a booker would give Sebastian's representation. Hey, here's the deal. If we can get Sebastian here, we pay him this much, that much, and then the rep tells Sebastian, "Hey, you got this deal right here. You want it or not?" And then, so it's all about. It's got to make sense financially, I guess. You know, especially these days with
And
touring, because it's like $2,000 a day for a bus. You know. Mhm.
to like travel around the United States.
Yeah, just a bus alone is like $2,000 a day, from what I understand, and I think that's including the driver, because you have to pay the driver and gas and mileage, all that shit. So there's a lot of money for touring and shit.
Yeah, the United States is large too, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Imagine going cross country on that shit. Yeah.
And I imagine that it's not easy to sell out any kind of show
Uh
like
huh.
in the Midwest on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, you're right. So we're here to react to this new song, new video from Sebastian Bach. You haven't seen it. I've seen parts of it. I wanted to save it. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to watch the whole thing. I just got a little taste of it, you know, just so I knew you haven't seen it yet. And I said, okay, this would be perfect for Alicen to join me on this one. You're all the way where you at? New York, and I'm all the way here in Portland. We got this beautiful,
Oregon, you gotta say Oregon.
yeah, Portland, Oregon, because does not be confused with,
Otherwise, at least where I live, everybody
yeah,
assumes Maine.
yeah, they're the imposters. Portland, Maine, the imposters. We're the original. Just kidding.
Although I always think Portland, Oregon,
Yeah,
when people say Portland when they're talking about Maine, because I'm
yeah,
from the West Coast.
because
So,
you're from the West Coast. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, and so we're all the way across the country. Thanks to alien technology, you know, like we're able to do stuff like this, you know, from across the country. And back in the '80s, we didn't have this kind of technology.
we talked about it though,
We
like,
talked
oh,
about it.
one
Yeah,
day,
yeah.
one day.
Imagine we had to like fucking sit there and dial a phone that had like 9 numbers, and you always hope the person's phone number didn't include a 9 in it, because then you have to
Right?
like go all the way around the freaking circle.
My grandmother always had a phone like that.
Uh, so let's get into this. We're gonna react and review Sebastian Bach's "Everybody Bleeds." You know, his last video, we're not. What do I got to lose was a comedy video. It's very funny. I love Craig Gass's his impersonation of Sebastian. This has like kind of a serious title, so I'm wondering if there's going to be the same humor aspect in it. Maybe, but we'll see. That's what it's all about. That's
Probably.
why
It's a little bit
we.
silly, right?
The element of surprise. Here we go.
100 tip.
Hurricane Irene was devastating for Sebastian Bach, a Stern Show guest and former frontman for Skid Row. Sebastian's New Jersey home was destroyed.
First degree, a generation selling out. No more left to right, no matter black or white. The situation volatile. Someone else obeys, another we must save. No longer living in denial. Everybody bleeds, everybody burns, everybody drowns. Speaks but walking away. But I don't like what I see, what we become to be. The die is cast, they'll take you down. Everybody bleeds, everybody burns, everybody drowns. It's hard to say and you don't wanna hear. They didn't want us to know.
pretty cool. Like how he, I thought he was like, damn, he's starting the song over again.
Just what I was thinking. Like, okay, I was wrong. It was very serious. Whew.
Yeah.
But I was like, he's a little bit silly. He put a little bit silly in at the end.
Yeah.
That was a banger of a song. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So he's 2 for 2 now, like 2 songs in. And like it's
I
already
like that. I really like the forward movement of it. I love the guitar riffs. I like the heaviness. I like the message that he has kind of behind going on. I love having the words in a video so I can understand everything they're trying to say.
That's why he described it as like a visual lyric video, but I guess
I love it.
Yeah, official video, but yeah, and it's kind of like what was that old Magnavox or what was that? What was that?
I don't,
we used to see those old commercials with the sitting in the chair and the wind. Sony, maybe it was Sony or some of those commercials.
I want to say TDK, but I know it wasn't either.
Maybe TDK, whatever the cassette were back in the day. Yeah, probably. Is that the one? It starts with the M, I think. Right?
It was a tape, though, right?
Yeah. I remember they'd sit in a chair and the wind would be blowing, and that's what it looks like he modeled that after.
I was like, that's an interesting homage to. Would it be?
Yeah.
80s, maybe? I don't know.
80s, 90s, somewhere.
90s, early 90s.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. I mean, like I said, he's 2 for 2 with heaviness. I mean, the production's really great. Guitar player. I should look at who's a guitar player on that one. You know, I'm surprised though because his main guitar player that he plays live with is that Brent Woods guy who plays with a lot of different people. But I wonder why he does. I don't see him nowhere listed on the record as far as
he doesn't play on the record. I don't know.
Yeah, wonder what's behind that.
The last the last 2 or 3 times that I've seen Sebastian Brent Woods play with him.
Yeah, this guy's named Devin Brunson is the guitar player. And then Todd Kearns on bass. He's always got Todd on there. Jeremy Colson on drums. The album "Child Within the Man." That's a perfect title for Sebastian Bach because he is a child within the man. You know, he's like this big kid. It's just I love at the end where he's like headbanging, like he's getting into it with his guitar, air guitar, or whatever. And the album is coming out May 10th.
That's exciting. I feel really good about this. I like it a lot.
Is that the label that I guess he's on? RPM Records, maybe. Yeah. So you get the glow in the. Are we going to get the glow in the dark? I'm going to get the glow in the dark. I'm probably going to get the CD.
Sure. I really enjoy.
Definitely going to get the cassette.
A unique vinyl.
Yeah, I got a glow.
I don't know if I have any glow in the dark ones. Maybe
I got a couple. I got Cradle of Filth's last album on Glow in the Dark. I got Billie Eilish's album that came out before the last one, Glow in the Dark. Yeah, I never tried them out to see how well they glow though. But
probably have more red records or purple records than any other records.
Yeah. I got tons of splatter and purple.
Well, they might be red splatter. They might be purple splatter. They're definitely involved red and purple.
I think one of my favorites is the Brujeria vinyl. It's the Mexico colors. It's red, blue, and green. It looks kind of cool. It looks like the Mexican flag from Brujeria. I can't remember which record it is. Like,
I think I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Might have came out in 2019 or 2020 or something, but yeah. So it's great. Love you, Sebastian. If you're watching this, here's a picture of Sebastian when he was with Madam X.
Ooh la la.
Yeah, you got the spike here. That was the ink. Was it the exquisite? Am I saying the word right? To get into Madam X, you had to have the hair.
Oh, I don't know what you call that. I think you would know better than me, to be honest. I've always been very.
Yeah, there was a time when I did have my hair like really huge, like just thick, and there was I was trying to find a couple pictures to show Brett when I was interviewing him. I wanted to say, see, you had an impact on us back then because we were trying to get our hair as big as Madam X on certain times.
I don't know if I ever tried doing my hair up high.
Yeah.
I've always just had this very straight way past there.
We always had a technique, you take the towel and you just like do this shit all over your hair and for about a good minute, and then you just pull it all up, and then you get the Aquanet. Gotta get extra super hold Aquanet. The pink and the white can.
I can taste it thinking about it.
You know, right? We used to go through. We used to practically get endorsed by those guys. How much Aquanet we made. We probably could have gotten an endorsement if we would have pursued it.
Maybe you can make a comeback and make it so it's not aerosol. Is that the problem with it?
Yeah. What do you think he's trying to say in that video? Like, what's the message you think? Is that like obviously he went through a hurricane, right? Because he was part of the hurricane, I think.
Oh yes, and he lost his stuff.
He lost a lot of stuff, huh?
Yeah, I think that's when he ended up moving to like LA. I don't know.
It's kind of weird how it opened up. He's like Stern guest, former singer of Sebastian. Like, what does Stern have to do with it? Was he on Howard Stern? I don't remember ever him being on Howard Stern, or like why that would be like a big thing. I guess it is a big deal to be on Howard Stern, but it's kind of weird to put that in the intro, like because it said like the newscaster was like former Stern guest and Skid Row singer Sebastian Bach.
Well, Howard Stern was, he was really big in the 90s.
Yeah,
so maybe it just is a call back to the good old days of radio and.
Oh yeah, it would maybe around that time when the hurricane hit. Maybe that's when he was.
I can't remember which hurricane, Irene.
It might have been, yeah.
Because there's an area probably 40 minutes south of here was devastated by Hurricane Irene, and it still is just like you can totally tell that it got effed. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
It's kind of crazy, and you're like, what happened here? And you're like, so that was 2011. All of a sudden, my brain was no, that was
yeah.
My brain goes.
Because we got to live here in Portland, Oregon. There's never no hurricanes. Well, we did have a tornado once, but it didn't do nothing.
We're upstate New York. It's in a ways,
Yeah.
To get
no earthquakes or nothing. We just get rain, 90% rain.
We get snow, but not this year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got a lot of snow this year. Like, well, it snowed for like a good week, like really thick, and everyone shut down. I couldn't even get DoorDash or nothing.
Really?
I was starving. I was like,
oh goodness! Like I think I was in Hawaii when it snowed here.
Yeah. Everyone freaks out of here. Like when it snows, they buy everything off the shelf. I go to the Safeway, like I couldn't get anything because like everything was sold out practically. It was like COVID.
It's always that way here. Although I have like 3 grocery stores, all a 7-minute drive from my house, so I could just boop, boop, boop if I had to. But I'm a hoarder, so I got stuff always.
Yeah, I'm getting eaten alive with all the shit I got now. But I can't throw it away because it's all records and action figures and comic books and everything else. That's why I love to get Sebastian on the show, on my Metal Block show, because I would just talk to him mostly about his collection and just fucking, hey, I got this, you got that, and
have you guys Tony could compare like Kiss collections. He's way into Kiss.
Have Tony on because Tony has a way big collection. Actually, Tony said he met Sebastian at a Rainbow a couple years ago when Tony was in that Salem Slot band. And I guess he said Sebastian heard of Salem Slot and was saying, "Oh man, those guys are badass. What happened to them?" The mystery about that band was weird. Tony said that he don't even know what happened to him. He's trying to get a hold of them. Like the guys just disappeared off the face of the planet. Yeah, and they had everything going. They had a good production videos. I mean, they were going places. And even Sebastian Bach said he loved them so much he was like wanted to take them out on tour with him. But Tony was like, I can't find the guys anywhere. It's like
they were like in LA and then they just left.
Yeah, they just disappeared. Like Tony said he's tried to like reach them through Facebook. He's called them. People like that knows them. Like I guess apparently one of the guys went back to Japan, the guitar player. So I don't know whatever happened that made them just split up without telling anybody, or this. So there must have been something really bad for.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
because you imagine the drama would at least be known if it was.
Yeah, it looked like they had an album that was coming out that looked like it was perfect. They had, like I said, their music was well produced and videos were well produced. Like they actually had management, they had a lot of backing and a big fan base, and if Tony was doing really good in the band as well, and so bizarre shit. But yeah, crazy. All right, everyone, this has been fun. Get out there and buy new music.
Me again.
Yeah, definitely. Anytime we're gonna do some more stuff, I definitely still want to do that black metal stuff. I'd like to do with you is when you go on those trips, like when you're going to see other bands, like in festivals, do you have footage that you tape and stuff?
Oh, I'm terrible at footage.
Yeah.
I can't take pictures. My videos are very terrible.
What about Nathan? Does Nathan record anything usually?
Sometimes he does.
Yeah, just send you like little clips because we could talk about those and talk about certain shows and then show clips. It'd be cool to show the clips that you.
We're
some of the
going
bands you're seeing.
A festival soon. It's going to be fun. I think Candlemass is playing, and maybe Queensryche without Jeff Tate.
Well, yes.
And then
Todd Latour,
Two bands I'm interested in are Maleficent and Lamp of Murmur. I'm very curious to see how they come across live.
Yeah, they're good. I like those guys.
Solitude Eternus, I think is gonna be amazing.
So
That's all I can come up with right now who's playing, but there are a lot. I think
okay, well, I'm gonna put you in charge. You're gonna be Alicen, the metal chick on the street, and you're gonna try to get some commentary, try to interview some people.
I'll interview people in the porta potty line.
Yeah. We're gonna make
and tell girls they can't cut. We
all
all
right, everyone. Yeah. All right, everyone, get out there and buy Sebastian Bach's new album, or at least pre-order it. Comes out May 10th. Got to keep this guy fucking in riches and so he could keep up on his Kiss collection, man. That's why I wore my Gene Simmons shirt today.
I don't know why. I saw this band in Montreal.
Oh yeah. Well, get some feedback.
It's like a do-it-yourself kind of art, and I really enjoy that kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it.
That's pretty badass, though. So get out there and get "Child Within the Man" by Sebastian Bach. It's a perfect song title for a freak like him, man. He's a fucking maniac, but we love him. All right,
great performance.
Everyone. Yep, and be kind to yourself. Be kind to everyone else. Because if you're not good to yourself, you're no good to anyone else. Horns up and peace out. Yeah.